So the big question everybody's asking, is Donald Trump Jr. in legal trouble? Well, President Trump's personal attorney says no.
What is the law that's alleged to be violated here? And the truth of the matter is that a meeting under the circumstances that were described by the release of the emails that Donald Trump Jr. did yesterday is not a violation of the law.
And to be clear, collusion is not a legal term. It is not a crime. The meeting itself, not a crime. You heard Trump's lawyers say there was, quote, no exchange of information, but if there was, could that be a crime? Campaign finance law states it is unlawful for a foreign national to make a contribution or donation of money or other thing of value in connection with a federal, state, or local election to a committee of a political party. It's also unlawful for someone to solicit, accept, or receive a contribution from a foreign national. So what exactly is a thing of value, and can it be an exchange of information? Adam Goldberg is former White House Special Associate Counsel to President Clinton and a founder of Trident DMG. Ryan Goodman is former Special Counsel at the Department of Defense and a professor at New York University School of Law. So let me start, if I can. What is a thing of value? Could this be a thing of value information?
Sure. So, of course, it could be a thing of value. In fact, you might think that for political campaigns, one of the things of greatest value would be good investigations that produce opposition research. And in fact, there are businesses in D.C. that thrive on that for their business.
But presumably they don't do it with agents of a foreign government.
Presumably they don't do it with agents of a foreign government. Presumably they do it on the books. But if they were a foreign national providing that thing of value, they'd clearly be in violation of U.S. law.
And I don't want to suggest that this lawyer was an agent of a foreign government. We don't know. But just in terms of the big picture law, we have the email showing that Don Trump Jr. thought he might actually have been getting some incriminating evidence on Clinton. You can decide whether or not you think that's a thing of value. He admits to pushing for it during that meeting. Let's listen to what he said.
I was probably pressing because the pretext of the meeting was, hey, I have information about your opponent. It was this, you know, hey, some DNC donors may have done something in Russia and they didn't pay taxes. I was like, what does this have to do with anything?
So, Adam, he says he didn't get worthwhile information from that meeting. Does it matter if there was intent there? Could that be interpreted as soliciting?
It does not matter, right? Solicit is not about having actually received the goods. It's about asking for the goods. And I think his emails responding to the initial one clearly constitute solicitation. I think more broadly, we're talking too narrowly when we talk about Donald Trump Jr. We really should be focusing on Jared Kushner and the president. Jared was on those emails. He knew that the Russian government purportedly was trying to help his campaign, that this was a meeting set up at really the behest of the Russian government. So all the analysis about Don Trump Jr. really applies equally to Jared Kushner and potentially the president if he was told about this.
Well, that begs the question that I wondered about when I read this statement, and particularly the part of it that says to a committee of a political party. In other words, if that's who gets the information. Now, Donald Trump Jr. had, Adam, no official role in the campaign, unlike Paul Manafort, for example. Are the stakes different if they were an official part of the campaign or not?
Well, I think they are, but I think even with Donald Trump Jr., he clearly had a role at the campaign, even if it's informal. But surely having the chairman of the campaign and having Jared Kushner, who had a very active role in the campaign, I think would satisfy that aspect of the legal requirement. And again, I think it now turns to really the focus of the investigation, I think, would probably be in Mueller focusing much more on Jared Kushner and the president rather than Donald Trump Jr.
And Ryan, we know that the statement that was initially put out has been now revised 4 times for various reasons. The New York Times now reporting that President Trump actually was the one who signed off on that initial statement. So that begs the question, is there a legal issue if he knew the statement was false, or does it just look bad for him? We don't know, but does a statement that is not a signed statement, does that matter? Or is it just another piece of information investigators will use?
So it doesn't matter as a legal, in terms of legal exposure or legal liability. An individual can lie to the press and they can lie to the public. That's not illegal. If they were to lie to authorities like a congressional investigation or an FBI investigation, then they're in trouble. So I'll be interested to see if, for example, they repeat their most recent story their most recent statement to the special counsel, and if they repeat that to congressional investigators.
Well, that's going to be interesting, Adam, because we did hear from Chuck Grassley today to say that they're trying to make an arrangement now for Donald Trump Jr. to come in and testify. He didn't say whether it would be publicly or not, but Donald Trump Jr. has said, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to clear my name. What question would you have first and foremost for him?
Well, I would want to know, what did he tell the president about this meeting before it happened when he first got that email, and what did he tell Jared Kushner? And I'd love to see the emails back and forth among Kushner, Manafort, and himself. I think let's remember, Jared Kushner actually signed a statement saying that he didn't have these meetings. He didn't disclose 3 meetings, including this one, when he was getting a security clearance, and now he's subsequently disclosed them. And he was apparently, party to this statement as well when it was issued. That also wasn't very forthcoming. So again, I think, big focus has to be on Jared Kushner right now.
Yeah, I think one of the practical questions is a person of his stature who probably has a staff the way he does, would it not have been pretty easy for them to check and see who might have been on his schedule? But that's for investigators to look at. Ryan Goodman, Adam Goldberg, gentlemen, thank you so much.